where we're talking about, overall media coming. I would guess I'm going to talk about paper media. We'll talk about paper media. We talk about New York Times, Journal News, Wall Street Journal, Barron's, Investors Business Daily is really a good one. But when we talk about maybe the Barron's coming out with an upgrade or something, that's big. That means something. So I always go to the Barron's profile, get that sent to me every Saturday. And it was nothing really in it. It was nothing interesting in it. I want to go to you right now. I'm going to show you what's in it here. Cover story predicts that emerging markets could suffer setbacks in the coming months. And then you talk about individual stocks and the emerging markets worth investments. And again, they mention these foreign stocks, the CZZ, TV, American Volville, which we trade a lot, AMX, MBT, and China PetroChina, and China Mobile, CHL, and PTR, which are the best of breeds there. So that's interesting. But it really, you know what? I'm thinking if they're going to get that kind of coverage and stuff, I would come in with their big bats and stuff, make a real call. But so I was looking through my trade and news stuff, and I actually came across a story. Let me bring up my stories, headline news. I was just scrolling back, looking at some of the news that passed through the day and stuff, and I got a story on Broadcom. It came out today. Broadcom, IFITX, IFITIX.com, IFITIX. I don't know, IFITX reports the iPad teardown. So everyone, anytime a new product gets released, everyone has it in their hand. Then they can do real good reports on it, and they could tear it apart, tell you everything about it. So now that the iPad has been teared apart, it reports the iPad teardown shows that new device uses chips from Broadcom, Texas Instruments, and Samsung. iFix reports the A4 processor probably being manufactured by Samsung. So it pretty much tells you, what kind of parts it is and stuff, which is interesting because, it makes me look at the chart, and I'm holding both Intel and Texas Instruments. Intel, I'm banging the table on going into this week. This is such a great consolidation. Everything great. Stochastics are embedded. Everything is fine here. Compared to the other semiconductor chips or chips companies here, TXN, it's even outperforming them. So this will be the first one to really run. But looking back at the TXN, which is in this iPad, you can see the nice inverted head and shoulders, the first breakout and the retracement to a multiple indicator level. So sometimes it's even better not to get in at the breakout, but it's always best to get in on the retest or the retracement to the trend line breakout, which is right here. And then there's a multiple that's being there. Let's see where this is. Let me bring this out here a little. I'll make sure this is all. There we go. See, and we actually pulled under there a little. So we have to really, it really depends on what closing price you used, and if that was a gap. It's hard to see what that daily bar was, if that was a gap up or if it was just a spike up there on the price. But normally I would just try to set this trend line up to closing prices, and it would probably come down to that level where two moving averages, or two trend lines actually, are meeting in one place. So that's a very strong level for me, and there's multiple moving averages there too. And the stochastics are not yet there, but that's the weak area right here, the stochastics. But I do think that this is definitely an opportunity right here, being off the 200 period moving. This is another inverted head and shoulders pattern on the 200 period moving average, which we talk about all the time. And if you look at INTC, Intel, much better chart here, not much better trend. Really broke out of the last channel. We still have a ways to go off of this channel. This channel went from 2150 to 19. We're going to call it 1950 to 2150. All right, so we're going to call it 2-point channel. We broke out at 2150. It should go to 2350 easy. All right. And I definitely could see that. I had a first target back here of $23. So we're almost at $23 right now. I would probably raise that target either way on Intel. So the Intel Texas, they're like sure bets here. Even the Sybase, just a small little pullback. But I really do like the TXN pullback, and now the new news of the being these chips in the iPad and stuff. I don't know how much coverage that's going to get on Monday, but it's interesting. All right, and Qualcomm, let's just take a look at another chip stock here. This has been a nice inverted head and shoulders pattern and breaking out, and you can see why you use the moving averages, why do you use trend lines, why do you use reversals, why do you have a plan? Why do you have to plan your trade? Look at this gap area up here, and where did this price stop? It popped up in there, reversed though, and closed underneath that gap, and it's been holding that gap and the 200-period moving average the whole time here. So very, very good indicators here, really pointing up. And again, I use my 5 main indicators, and I don't stray from those. So, definitely setting up there. So let me send that. I think there's some pretty good setups here. I want to send this out and then play another song. Actually, I want to get a real drink now, which I haven't done yet. So this is DayTraderRockStar for DayTradingRadio.com. Broadcasting every day. Way too early. Yeah, try to get in about 8:30, and we go to 4 o'clock and give you the live play-by-play of the markets. The best that I could do.